So it's getting to the point where people are literally financing everything, from obviously like gas, or if you have to buy appliances or a new phone. But it's to the point where people are financing groceries. I got a few different clips. Check them out and I'll come back with my commentary.
Thinking about it so much. Is buy now, pay later really that bad compared to credit cards? Now hear me out. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, with credit cards, you get all these points, all these rewards, so people love their credit cards. I get that. But there's $1.2 trillion in credit card debt. So obviously, not everyone has credit cards due to the rewards and the cash back. Some people are just drowning in debt, in these little minimum payments, and they're not getting ahead, they're drowning in debt. But what if people are using buy now, pay later? For a month and a half, you pay every 2 weeks, you pay your payment, and it's done. And if you mess around and you're not making payments because the amount that you're borrowing is way too much, well, then they'll cut you off and you're not able to use those services anymore. And some of them even give you a limit with like only $500, so you cannot do as much damage as you could do with a credit card. I understand, right? I get it. You're not going to be able to increase your credit score and all of that. I get it. I'm not saying you exclusively use buy now, pay later. But if you're someone who sucks with credit cards and you're not responsible with credit cards, buy now, pay later might be the better option. No interest, bigger payments, get it out the way quicker. I don't know. You guys drop a comment down below. You let me know what you think.
Okay, be honest. How many buy now, pay later payments do you have coming out this month that you have completely lost track of? I genuinely thought that I had like 2, but then I looked at my bank account and I realized that I had way more than I remembered. It actually got so bad that one of the payments hit when I wasn't expecting it and it overdrafted my account. That was honestly my wake-up call. I wasn't trying to overspend. I just kept choosing the payment plans because they felt way more manageable in the moment. But after a while, they all started stacking up and I completely lost track of what was coming out and when.
Let's talk about back to school and Christmas shopping. Let's get into it. It's a lot of people that don't know about Afterpay. It's a lot of people that don't know about Klarna. It's a lot of people that don't know about Zip. It's a lot of people that don't know about online shopping and ways to kind of like save your money. I'm finna get into it. We finna talk about it. So me personally, I stopped shopping in stores. I do not go in stores to go shopping. Christmas shopping, everything. I do a lot of my shopping online. But when I do my shopping online, I use a lot of Afterpay. I use a lot of Klarna. I use a lot of Zip. I use a lot of Affirm. Like, baby, I'm not finna pay no full price for nothing when it's time to check out. $450 up front for who? For what? Yeah, I'd rather pay on it every 2 weeks. Thank you. Like, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people feel like, oh, they need to pay all their money and they need to pay all their stuff in full and this, that, and the third, or they too bougie to, like, buy here, pay later. But honestly, this is the same shit our parents was doing back in 2005, 2006, 2007. Layaway. Y'all remember layaway? When our mamas would go to the little cute little boutiques, get a little dress, put it on layaway and get it and pay on. Yeah. I was literally talking to one of my friends and her son just turned 1. And I'm talking about she done went through him a whole little bit birthday party, bought him all of his clothes, and she said that she went broke. So I'm like, what you mean you went broke? So she was like, I spent like hundreds and hundreds of dollars and this, that, and third. I'm like, well, for one, since he's 1, I mean, do what you can for your child. Go all out for your child. But it's like at the same time, you don't have to go broke at the same time. You can just get on Klarna and Afterpay on. And I told her that. She was like, what's that? I'm like, girl, how you don't know about Klarna and Afterpay? Mind you, she's 20. I'm like, how do you not know about Klarna and Afterpay? She was like, well, I don't know about it. I'm like, I had to really sit down and tell her. I'm like, okay, well, to keep you from going broke every time you want to shop for your baby or shop for your man, girl, go online, Walmart, Target, Amazon, everybody doing Afterpay and Klarna now. Like, that's the main reason why so many of these malls and these stores, they're going out of business because people be shopping online. Afterpay, you got Fashion Nova do Afterpay, Shane Afterpay, Klarna. Like, I remember one time, I buy all my jewelry on Klarna. I don't even pay, I don't pay on my stuff every 2 weeks. I pay on it once a month or once every 6 months. Like, the more you be using these apps, the better. Not to mention, too, me and my sister had went to SeaWorld. We took the kids to SeaWorld. Me, my sister, my brother-in-law, we had got a little room and everything. We put the tickets on Klarna. Disney tickets. You go on Groupon. Groupon got all the deals and everything. You can go to Disney World. You can go to SeaWorld. You can go to everywhere if you put the tickets on Klarna. We done already took the trip and everything, and I'm still paying for the tickets. The ticket was like $150 or some shit like that. But instead of me paying the full $150, I paid like $30 at checkout, and then I paid on it every 2 weeks. I'm paying on a ticket. So yeah, y'all can take trips and everything on Klarna, Afterpay, cruises. You just got to do your research. But I know when it comes to back to school shopping and Christmas, y'all better stop going broke for these kids. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going broke for your baby, but it's like at the same time, budget for Christmas. I know Christmas last year we bought the kids and stuff, toys and stuff. My niece had a Barbie dream house. My sister did not pay all that money at checkout. She put everything on Klarna, Afterpay. She paid on it every 2 weeks. And then it's crazy because once you're done paying on your stuff, your spending limit go up. So when you first get on Afterpay, they'll give you a spending limit of like $300 and something, but you got to make your payments on time. You got to make your payments on time. And when you pay off all your stuff and you pay your stuff off on time, it increases your spending limit. Like now, my spending limit on Afterpay is at $1,000. And the more I keep using Afterpay, Klarna, my spending limit goes up. So I'm able, I can get to $5,000, $10,000, my spending limit might get to $15,000 if I keep paying my stuff on time and using the app. Y'all get into it. Y'all ain't got to be sitting up here worrying about how you gonna shop for your baby birthday party, how you gonna get them school clothes, how you gonna do Christmas and all of that. Klarna and Afterpay. And it's real good for like parents and families who might have jobs that don't pay that much. So, it's always some stuff that you can find online that's reasonable, and then just pay on it. Because I know everything high nowadays, baby. I remember one time I put down Walmart groceries on Afterpay. That's how rough it was for me then. I put them groceries on Afterpay. I wasn't finna pay no $250 at checkout, babe. I'd rather pay $20 every 2 weeks and pay on it until I'm done. Because, yeah, like, we get it. Times is hard. Times is rough. Afterpay and Klarna. Learn how to budget and save your money. I promise you, once you start shopping online and using those little buy here, pay now, or pay now, buy here, whatever kind of apps they is, you will start like saving more money. Like I can't really tell y'all how much money I've saved when it comes to shopping online and using Afterpay and Klarna. Get into it.
Might ruffle some feathers, but if you use buy now, pay later, just know you're ruining it for the rest of us. I know it's amazing buying things and not having to pay full price, but companies don't see it like that. The companies that are actually selling a product, they're not seeing a fraction of a sale. They're seeing a full sale, a higher demand for their product. What happens when there's higher demand for a product? Prices rise. So everyone who's already paying full price up front now might have to pay even more if the company decides to up their price because of higher demand. If prices for a product rise a little too much, that's going to give incentive for more and more people to start using buy now, pay later. And then over time, a company just has so much leverage to say there's so much demand for our product, we're just going to up our price to an astronomical level. And everyone's just okay with it because they're like, I'll pay later. It's a psychological trick that companies are playing on us, and we're just falling for it. Long story short, stop financing your burritos.
I hate a buy now, pay later. Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, all of them are on my naughty list because they're terrible for you. The thing is, they feel free. They feel like, oh, it's just breaking up my payments, but it's not free. Here's how much it's actually costing you. Number one, it severely messes up your cash flow. If you have multiple of these running on a month-to-month basis, you know that you constantly have $50, $70, $100 coming out at one time, which is stopping you from being able to actually save and budget your money wisely. Two, let's say you don't qualify for the 0%. Their interest rates are actually upwards of 30%. So 30% with that higher monthly split payment, you are paying a lot in interest, possibly more than what you would be paying with a credit card. You could be paying hundreds of dollars in interest a year just for the privilege of being able to split your own money. No, I think they make people buy and shop more than they should because you think, oh, I could just split it up. But you really need to not be buying whatever it is in the first place. If you want to be a serious person about your money, you need to delete those apps from your phone, and you need to stop using them as a proxy for you being able to spend money that you do not have.
Buy now, pay later may be affecting your credit score more than you think. And as a girly that's been using Affirm, Afterpay, and Klarna since they came out in the US, I want to talk to you about it. So before I start, I am not talking about paying for. Paying for where you pay every 2 weeks is not going to affect your credit score at all. I am talking about something where they are like, for 3 months, every month, you pay $82 a month. I'm really talking about these monthly payments. So remember that as you listen to this. So when a lot of people see these options at checkout, because they're literally at every checkout nowadays, you can even do it in store, which is wild to say. But a lot of people, when they see these monthly options at checkout, they're like, oh, $80 a month, like slight work, which it can be. But what you don't recognize is when you are taking out these monthly installments, these are actual loans with actual interests that can go on your actual credit report. So I know you're probably like, Taylor, why does that matter? It matters because every time you do a monthly buy now, pay later loan, you are opening technically a new account on your credit report. That can affect your score because it's going to lower your credit age. Because if you open, let's say like a 3-month loan or a 6-month loan or a 12-month loan, when that loan closes, now your credit report is getting younger. And credit bureaus are really looking for credit, history and credit worthiness. And one of the factors that they look at for that is your credit length. And so if your credit length or credit age is getting shorter, that can affect your score in a negative way. On top of that, since this is being added to your credit report, now other people can see it. So if you ever go to apply for a mortgage, a car, or something like that, people can see that you have been consistently taking out these monthly loans, which, give or take, may look bad to some people just considering how they view credit worthiness. And the other thing, since these are being reported on your credit report, if you ever happen to miss a payment for longer than a certain period of time, normally it's 30 days, these things can drop your credit score by like 50 points. I find that crazy. Like 50 points is a wild drop. So I'm not saying don't use Affirm and Klarna because, girl, I still use it too. But what I am saying is to be cognizant about the monthly installments versus the pay in 4 that's every 2 weeks. Again, pay in 4 every 2 weeks is fine. That's not going to affect your credit. It's not being reported unless you have like a severely late payment maybe. But when it comes to those monthly loans with the APY on them, that's also something I want to talk about. They're adding interest on top of your purchase. So not only are you paying more over time, but it's also being reported on your credit. So if you're signing up for a monthly loan, make sure you're reading the terms, you're looking at it just like how you would do any other thing that is being added on your credit, because I wish someone would have told me that. And that is why I give y'all tips with Taylor, because I am learning in real time too. And I want to make sure that you all don't make the same mistakes that I've made. So if you need the monthly payment, girl, do what you need to do, but make sure that you are reading the terms and that you're cognizant of what you're signing up for. That is my tip for today, and I will see you all next time.
Black folks, let's talk. Because, this is getting to be ridiculous. Those buy now and pay laters, y'all, is quietly keeping us and our communities broke. Y'all, it's the Klarnas, the Afterpays, the Affirms, and the Zips. Y'all, those are not budgeting tools. Those are just micro loans disguised as convenience. And I hate how they target us. Some people are using buy now to pay later, y'all, for groceries. Times have gotten that bad, folks are using them for groceries. That means y'all are borrowing money on these apps just to eat. Some of y'all are financing clothes, trips, shoes, electronics, basic household goods. And many people, y'all don't even realize some of these plans, y'all, I don't know if y'all don't understand APR, but they can be 38% APR. That's credit card interest. And here's the real problem. When you start financing necessities, it means your paycheck isn't supporting your life anymore. It means your income is already stretched past survival. So why would you jump on board to something like that? That buy now, pay later was marketed for flexibility, but it quickly turned into debt, layered on top of debt after debt after debt. Now people aren't financing wants, they're financing survival. And once you lose track of multiple payment schedules across these apps, the late fees, y'all, starts multiplying fast. So if you have to borrow money just to cover your groceries, the issue isn't spending anymore. The issue is the structure of your paychecks. That's how people get trapped into working harder every single year. And really, in actuality, y'all, these apps are making us as a community fall further and further behind. I'm Dr. O, y'all, and I'm
Okay, so there you have it. So as you saw in those few clips, it's getting really concerning, and the option to use these various different platforms like Affirm and Klarna and all these afterpay things is getting really serious, because if think about it, if you pay later, it very well could be a chance that you may fall on financial hardship, and something that you probably bought at a minimum is definitely going to be a lot later on, you know, because obviously with interest and depending on what the interest rate is. Leave a comment down below if you are in this situation, or if you are currently behind on financing on one of these platforms, or if you are, what are you doing to like actually pay off this debt? And it's insane because, you know, in the past people use traditional credit cards and what have you, but all these other different platforms are just popping up, and it's crazy, and you just don't know, you know. Sometimes it's almost better just to kind of pay it outright, or if you don't have it, you know, just keep it moving. You might have to go without, and that's unfortunate too. All right, let's get the conversation going in the comments. Share any ideas on what you have been doing to actually, you know, maintain your finances where you don't have to use platforms such as Affirm or Klarna to finance things such as groceries. That is very interesting. All right, y'all, I really appreciate y'all hearing what I gotta say, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.